And we are back to part two of this week's recap of Survivor Worlds Apart. We're going to be breaking down our power rankings for the upcoming final 9 of Survivor. Chris, how you feeling about your picks this week?
I'm feeling not great. I mean, the most points you can get out of this is 9.
True.
So, struggle is pretty real at this point.
Yes,
What
let's
are the points analysis right now?
let's take a look at last week's picks. We know Joe went home. I had Joe at 10. You had Joe Schmo at 8. The score was 63 to 49. I'm hoping I did math right, and it's just occurring to me now that I might have not added yours correctly when I put it in. Nope, I did it. I nailed it. Score 73 to 57. So you're only 16 points back.
I believe.
Yeah, you just need a couple really good weeks here, and we'll be right down to the
Couple
wire.
of possibly good weeks.
Yeah, that's that's the risk you take when you don't have Joe at the bottom, I guess.
Joe at the bottom.
Yeah. Okay.
You gotta live, man. Joe at the bottom.
Yep. All right. So we're getting into, I think, some easier decisions, but also like anyone could go home at this point, so it is a little bit tricky. Uh, but everyone has a place in the list now. I think there's no one that you're just kind of throwing around.
Yeah.
I think because no one is really invisible except like Will and Sierra. Uh, but they could go home. I could envision it. All right. I hope
Wait,
not.
so how many points are you at now?
73.
73. I'm just looking at like those folks on the interwebs and how they're doing.
I think I'm tied
Yes, you're tied
with
with the numero uno guy, Gordon.
Miss, yes, with Mr. that I can't talk, Gordon Holmes. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. I'm doing okay. I was ahead and then caught up. I was ahead by a point. We've been going back and forth all year. He doesn't know it, but we're in a really tight race. I'll let him know at the end if I win. I was like, yeah, I
Yeah.
fucking wrecked you. All right.
Correct.
Yep. Fucking erect. Okay. Starting off. Number.
God damn. That's not on me.
It's not. That was my fault. All right. At number 1, for 17 weeks in a row, who do you have?
Carolyn
Holy shit, that's so
rocking it.
surprising.
Got that idol just
Yeah.
so far up there. Things all dried out. It's just permanently up there.
What the fuck is happening?
I don't know.
I'm gonna barrel right through and just say I too have Carolyn at number 1. Not for any other reason than she has her idol in her bag somewhere in a very safe location.
Yeah,
Nowhere else.
way up there in her bag. That's what I
Okay.
meant all along.
Yep, I'm with you. Oh dear. Highbrow show.
Oh yeah,
Number 2.
Tyler, because he is still.
So much movement.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
gonna cling to that idol
Yeah.
and such. Also, playing the game.
He is playing the game, which is cause for concern because there are people who are not playing the game,
Mm.
such as Sierra, who is my number 2.
Whoa.
Just because I think she is so invisible
Right.
that even if someone is targeting Mike, which we didn't talk about the preview, we should probably do that.
Yes.
Um,
Next time on Survivor.
yes. Do you know what's next time on Survivor?
Explosions. Mike v Rodney, not Dan.
Yes, correct. So Will blows up on
You
Shireen.
gotta relax, bro.
Yeah, and Mike and Rodney get into it. So this could be an episode where, the blue collars implode.
Finally.
Yes. And we could see one of the big guys going home, either Will or Rodney or someone who's like their number 2.
Mm-hmm. Very
So,
possible. And that would take a number 2 all over my picks.
That would be a fun twist. As if if I pulled ahead a bit more. Uh, okay. So yeah, I think Sierra is probably safe because I think if Mike takes the heat from Rodney, plays the idol, it bounces to Dan, not Mike.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thought. Um, all right, number 3.
Mike, he's got that idol,
He does have an idol.
that juicy idol, and I don't think he's dumb enough to not play it when he needs to.
Yeah, I think you're gonna be hard pressed to blindside Mike. And we actually saw this past episode. Shireen and Mike were talking, and they were talking about that 4 group of people, the group of 4, Rodney, Will, Carolyn, and Tyler.
Carolyn.
And yeah, they're saying they're pretty tight, and Mike is aware of this.
Oh yeah,
So like that's
Mike knows what's
huge.
up.
Yeah, so it's not as much of a blindside as we were previously led to believe
Mm.
that they might flip on them. We'll see. But yes, he's got his head on straight so far, but he's got a long road to the finals. All right, I'm going to throw out William at number 3.
William the Bloody.
Yes, because like Sierra,
Sandwiches are so bloody.
yes.
Sorry.
Okay, you good?
Yeah.
Okay. He's just as invisible as Sierra, and so he is probably as safe as Sierra.
I feel like I put my invisible people in the middle of my list instead of like safe. I don't know. It's probably unwise.
Well, I'm just doing that because I think they're just everyone that's below them is probably in more danger because there's
Yeah.
more of a radar on them.
Mm.
That was my only thought. They just kind of kept getting pushed up the list by people being in more danger. Is that is your invisible group of people now? Is this the middle
Yeah.
of the list? Okay.
Yep.
Number 4.
Shirin.
Okay, she's
Invisible
invisible.
goat.
I don't know if she's
She's
an
not
invisible.
invisible. Okay. Yeah. But she's too much of a goat. So yeah, I guess we're not. My invisible people are 2 after that.
Okay. All right. I have Tyler at 4.
Mm.
Just a little bit lower than I think I've ever had him. Just because I think he's in a little bit more danger now that he's won the immunity. He's kind of getting some recognition. Mike's definitely aware of him with the whole idol stuff with Joe. And he doesn't have the idol to protect him from Carolyn, so I think he could be targeted out of that Rodney 4, but I think he's still pretty safe.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Numero 5.
Now it gets a big Willie style from
All right. The really interesting part of the list.
me.
Ooh. But again, anyone could go home at this point, I think, which makes it really tricky to predict. Yeah. All right. Just because he's invisible.
Oh yeah.
All right. Terrific.
Nobody gives a shit about Will.
Excellent. I have Sierra. Or no, I don't. I have Sierra at 2. I have Shireen at 5 because reading is hard. Yeah, I think she's mostly safe, but she's gonna have a pretty big decision this week, and a lot of it's gonna depend on what she does with Jen. Hopefully, she can get Jen to do something. But Shireen's gonna find herself kind of in the middle. I mean, Jen is really gonna be the swing vote, right? If it is truly Mike against Rodney, and
Yeah.
and Shireen sides with Mike, then Jen has to pick one way, and against those 4-4, she has the swing. Hopefully, she doesn't just want to quit. Yeah, so I think Shrin's
I
mostly
don't think
safe.
she'll quit,
No, I think if she was gonna quit, she would have quit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Number 6.
Sierra.
I could have predicted this. Anything on Sierra?
Nope.
Excellent. All right. I have Mike at 6.
Woof.
What
Pretty,
is
it's pretty serious, man.
it?
Mike 6.
Yeah, just I mean, he has the idol. That's the only reason he's a little bit higher than what I would have otherwise put him. But I don't know, man. He's got a big target on his back without Joe in the game.
Mm.
Now everyone's looking at Mike now. Everyone knows he's running the show, so
Do they?
do they not? I mean,
I don't know. No one has ever said, "Oh, let's get rid of Mike."
Rodney did. And he's got a group of four that's planning on getting him out at 7.
But Rodney, I don't know. I just never seem to count Rodney. He's just too crazy.
He's kind of a lunatic, but he's playing the game, I think, pretty okay. Right? Like
Okay, I guess.
he's going about things strategically the right way.
Surprisingly, yeah.
Yeah. Socially he's retarded, but strategically he's doing a great job, I think. Just
Yeah.
letting Mike kind of, drive the bus. And then eventually he's going to shoot the bus driver in the head and kick him out. Oh man. Okay. Perfect. On that note, number 7.
Jen.
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 She's moving up.
Yeah, man. I think that at this point it would be easy to get rid of her, but I think it's finally going to be blue collar.
Yeah.
The numbers are all wonky enough that they're, I mean, odd number and the heatedness of the next time.
Yes. I think you're right. I just went a different way. But I actually think you're right. Yeah. I mean, when I get to Jen, I'll kind of speak more to it. But I think you're right that it's probably going to be a blue collar this week.
Hmm.
Okay. I have Dan at 7. Because I think he's in a little bit more danger than Mike because he'll take the heat that's targeted at Mike.
Yep.
And I don't know. I think Dan is very similar to Shireen in that he's a perfect goat at the end. Um, but he's more offensive,
Mm.
so he's a little bit less safe. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 8. I have Dan.
Dan the man.
Yeah. I, he's the guy that a lot of people are very much ready to vote for, as you said,
Yeah.
and it's been thought about. It's in enough people's heads, and with it depends on what Mike does with the idol and how close to the vest he keeps it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I think you're definitely right that everyone is really ready to get rid of Dan. Which also, I mean, that could mean that he's a great guy to take really far because no one likes him. But uh, from the other side, he's a great number to take off of Mike's team.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree.
Mm.
It's a good call. I wouldn't be upset if he left. He's not really playing the game very much at all, and the things he is doing is not great.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I have Mr. Rodney at number 8. I think he's potentially in the most trouble because he does not himself have an idol, and he is the head of his 4. Um, but I just can't put Jen higher than anyone just because she wants to quit and I hate her. And so that's really I think Rodney. I think you have Jen in the right spot, but I can't put Rodney below her just because don't fucking talk about quitting Survivor, you lunatic. So yeah,
Fair.
yeah, and big surprise. By process of elimination, I have determined that Rodney is your number 9.
No, I don't have Rodney on my list. I put Jeff at number 9.
Oh, Jeff. He is the 17th
He's gonna leave.
or 19th or 21st cast member. Okay.
Mhm.
Jeff's leaving the show. Well, that's a problem.
Jeff is the third member of our jury.
He would just vote for Mike every day of the week. Mike's also in the jury. Still voting for Mike. Jeff. Can't do that, Jeff. I'm a producer. Shut the fuck. Okay. We need to reeling it back in. That's the list. We go through this really quick now. Not many people left.
Yeah, it's just Plus, we
Yeah.
changed the format of the first half. It's getting more, we're boiling it down to a more concentrated soup.
Yeah.
Good.
Streamlining.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Getting everything really efficient.
Mhm.
All right. Well, we didn't devolve into nonsense
We
at
did
the
a
end.
few times.
We started
yeah.
with nonsense
Yeah.
on this part.
I
Yeah.
got it out of the way.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's good. That's a good call. Anything
Both parts at the beginning was just
I don't even
weird.
remember the first part anymore. It's just
Nicole Brown.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you did. You did take that to some nonsensical places. All right. That was good. I think every week you should introduce another guest.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
I'll figure
Maybe.
out who.
Okay.
I'll invite next.
I'm excited. All right. So do you have anything else on these picks? I don't have much, man. Things are pretty cut and dry, I think.
Yeah. It's very well, I think it might be this way, so let's see what it's like.
Yeah, this season is so hard to predict, which it makes for a really entertaining season.
Mm.
But it makes for very difficult power rankings. Yeah, this next episode should be really, really good. Hopefully they bring out the twist this episode, because I'm really, really curious as to what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
At this point, I kind of don't believe that there is one.
the twist is that there is no twist. You know,
Yeah.
I had that idea. Do a season of Big Brother where the twist is that there's no fucking twist, and all you do is keep telling the house guests there's a twist going on right now, and then like people will just get really fucking paranoid, but nothing ever happens. I think that would be
Sounds
really
pretty good.
interesting, right? And then
there isn't enough paranoia in that show from
Right.
like the producer angle of it.
Yeah.
It's always paranoia about who's going home, but it's not
yeah,
that sort of Big Brother-esque like what are they doing
Exactly.
behind those cameras.
exactly. I think that's what you need. I think, and that way you'd get a really clean. Just the players are all against the players. It's not like any unfair bullshit twist that this person got a special power, whatever the fuck. Just let them play. I think that'd be really interesting.
Yeah.
But this is not about Big Brother. This is a Survivor show. Get that
Sure.
get
Very
that
accurate.
garbage off of our show. Okay. All right. Well, that's our really amazing outro. We're gonna end on that note.
That's
strong. Yeah. Subscribe to this channel, I guess. Because reasons.
email me at the subzone if you would like some pizza rolls.
All right, perfect. We'll see you next week. Bye.